Hey, it's Hannah back with another remodel. We are moving right along through our San Myshuno remodel after a long break. If you watched part 12, which was the previous part, I kind of explained the deal. But basically, I had kind of given up on my Sims channel for a while, regrettably. But I changed my mind, so we're back. But you might notice, or maybe not, but I did originally already remodel this apartment at some point. But also at some point, I deleted all my files on my computer because I just had decided that I was done playing The Sims and done making content about The Sims within the last year or so. But since I changed my mind, we're redoing it, and I wanted it to be in the current world, and since apartments are just tricky to replace because you can't save them as a lot by themselves, I just didn't want to go through the trouble of saving each individual room of the original city living apartment and then redoing it again. So we are redoing the one that I already redid. So, kind of a weird vision I must have had when I did this originally, which could have been, I don't know, over a year ago probably. I made this lot really artsy and colorful, which, don't get me wrong, I really like it. It's pretty, but this is a penthouse 3-story massive apartment, and I made them artsy fartsy, and I just don't really know what I was thinking. I think I had probably just done so many of these fancy apartments on this side of San Myshuno that I just wanted to switch it up because I was bored of the beige and gray and white chic look. So I don't know, it makes sense, but I'm redoing it kind of more in the vibe that I think would go with this type of apartment. But look, I mean, it's cute and it's colorful and it's fun, but it's just not the vibe. So yes, we are going basic and beige this time, but I still think I think it looks great, obviously, because I made it, but it is a very challenging lot, and I kind of forgot how challenging it was. And I think the most challenging portion would be the kind of living room area with the balcony, and with it being an apartment, you can't really edit that very much. I mean, you can, but I mean, you'll see, I try to move a wall out a little bit to give the living room a little bigger area. I don't know, there's just this awkward space over by the balcony, and I didn't know what to do with it, and I felt like the living room was too close to the kitchen area. But I don't know, it was just a little bit of a struggle, and there's just so much space in this apartment, but I feel like this main living area is really lacking in space, which is just weird, because I felt like I had way more space in the third level. So, but I don't want to put the kitchen up there. I don't know, it was just weird. So you'll see me struggle with that. But overall, I think it turned out really well. It's definitely not my style by any means. I was kind of going for they had gotten all of their inspiration from TikTok stuff that was popular during quarantine, basically, is kind of what I was going for. Monochromatic, kind of a barest touch of boho, mostly chic, just kind of trying to do whatever was trendy, basically. And I think I tried to capture that, and I tried to pick some things that are definitely not my style, but were trendy at one time, and maybe not so trendy anymore. I don't know. I don't really keep up with interior design trends that much, but I know what I don't like. And what I don't like is marble and gold together. I just think that's heinous, but that's just me. So everybody has their own opinions on that, and that's okay. I do hope you stick around for the end of the video though, because you will meet the family that will be living here. It's a husband and wife, as you can see in the build. Oh, here's where I'm trying to fix that thing, but because of the window, I can't place a window there. I don't know, it's just a mess, and I can't put a wall there. I gave up. But anyways, it's a husband and wife that lives here. As you can see, when I finish the build, there's only one bedroom. I mean, there's technically 3 bedrooms upstairs, but only one of them is being used as a bedroom. So you'll meet them at the end and learn about their traits and stuff. And then they are in the gallery, the Levins. And I went ahead and gave them some skills, a few skills, and then Dwayne is at really high up in the business career too when you download him. So it just makes sense that way, I think. I obviously used cheat codes for that because that's a lot of gameplay, which I did not do. But yeah, you can download them if you'd like. My gallery thingy is linked in the description box, along with a lot of other fancy stuff down there, including the 8 other neighborhoods that I've already finished remodeling. So the annoying thing is with taking such a long break is like those ones are already basically obsolete because we've had like 10 new packs since then. I rewatched a few of them, and some of them I'm really not happy with the results. I think you could definitely tell I was kind of getting burnt out towards the end, but I gave it a lot of thought, and I've decided to just proceed with this series where I left off, so we're not redoing anything. With the exception of one lot, and that would be Magnolia Blossom. And that is a San Myshuno lot, which is like, it was like a wedding venue before we had wedding stories, right? So I had already redesigned it, but I want to redesign it now that we have an entire wedding pack because I think it's a really cool venue. So I will be redoing that one, but that's the only one. So I hope you understand. But I also hope you understand that there are some of my previous parts that I think I kind of got lazy with. So I want to refrain from that this time and just give myself breaks when I'm burnt out instead of just burning myself out and then giving up, which isn't good. So, but that's just the nature of being a creator for anything really, internet or otherwise. You have to give yourself time to recover your creativity a little bit. So I've done that, and here we are. And I did start a TikTok page for my Sims content. It's called Hannah Gameplay. And so I've been trying to post on there as much as I can. And then I also have a main TikTok page, which kind of refers more to just my day-to-day life, and also my vlog channel, which is linked below, Hannah the Adult. And I post non-gaming content for the most part over there. So lots of places to check me out. I hope you subscribe on at least one of the two. If that one doesn't interest you, then maybe you'll enjoy it more here. I'm mildly entertaining the idea of streaming again. Not quite sure about that. That is quite time consuming, and I do have a day job. So this is not my job. I would love for it to be my job, but it's not. And Twitch streaming just takes up a lot of time. So anyways, that's the update there as of May 31st, 2022. When I am recording this. We are finishing up with the upper level. I went ahead and did, obviously, a bedroom here. This is like the only room that has any kind of warm wood tones, and then I'm loving the tile in the bathroom. I just think it all looks really nice and chic, but also warm. And then I've got an office up here. And then I created kind of like a man cave area. I decided that, so the husband is like the guy that's like has the big fancy career and stuff. We're going like super basic with this, like super tropey, you know, but I decided that he has this big fancy career, but he always does all of his work at the office. And so the office at their house is like her office. So this is where she does all of her stuff. And I just have this like background theory that she's like super deep into like an MLM or something. So she has this really cool like gold chic office here that I'm decorating right now. And then he doesn't really even have an office at home. He just has his little man cave. I don't know. It just seemed funny to me that he would be like the big fancy corporate guy, but then like the big office at their house is like his wife's, because she's like really deep into like, I don't know, Monet or Monad or whatever or something. I don't know. That was just kind of my thought process with that. And it's mostly just because I wanted to have like a nice, like chic office, and it just seemed to fit the wife's personality a little bit better. But she's still very talented and a go-getter. She just doesn't have like a corporate career per se. So this tiny little room over here is his little man cave. So I picture him being like, he doesn't look the part, but he reminds me in my mind of Matthew McConaughey from Wolf of Wall Street. So I just picture him going to work and just, you know, balls to the wall, like doing his job and then coming home and just sitting and playing video games. But obviously he's probably not home a ton. Like he spends a lot of time at the office, whatever. So the wife has like her nice big area to do her stuff in, and then he just has this little room. I don't know, I just kind of thought it was funny. But this is his little setup with his video games, and then there's like a bar, like his own personal little bar. I was trying to work in some other sort of like gaming setup, but it just wasn't fitting in. So he has like kind of like a little wet bar back here. It's not an actual bar that you can like make drinks at, but I put one of those like drink trays in there, which is kind of a good substitute. I just didn't have the space for an actual bar. Looking back, I wish I had put that or I had thought about putting that globe that's like a drink dispenser, but it just didn't fit the vibe of the room, but I had thought about it. So just adding in some like little stuff just to fill in the space in this kind of weird, awkward walkway area. But again, I just think this was a pretty challenging build. Like I kind of struggled with some of the spaces here, and so it was nice to challenge myself a little bit, but I still like the way it turned out. That's kind of the nice thing about the apartments is I can just really focus on the interior because there's literally nothing I can do about the exterior, so that kind of helps. But another thing I hate are these little like cutouts. You can see one there, and like in the basement there's another one. They're just really annoying, and they like right there's one on the left. They just drive me nuts, but whatever. So these are the photos of the after. I didn't take before photos, obviously, like I explained, because I had already renovated it before. So, and also this is not going to be in the gallery, obviously, because you can't put apartments in the gallery. I could put them in there a room at a time, and I'm willing to do that if somebody requests it. If nobody requests it, though, I'm not going to do it. But now we're stepping into the creative sim portion. This is Dwayne. He's the fancy businessman. I modeled his outfit. I don't know if anybody's been watching the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. I personally cannot watch the actual trial itself, but I do watch people talk about it later on TikTok. So I modeled his everyday outfit after this particular lawyer that I've been seeing that like kind of comments on some of like the legal stuff, which he's been very, very helpful, and I find him very interesting, and I can't for the life of me remember his name, but he wears like funky ties with suspenders, and I just think it's so funny, just like that. And so that's what it made me think of. But this is his wife, Gabrielle. She's just a lady. She's just a lady. They have kind of similar traits, which you'll see as I finish up. Gabrielle her aspiration is mansion baron. She is neat, hates children, and is self-absorbed. And then Dwayne, his aspiration is the other financial one, which is fabulously wealthy, and his traits are snob, hates children, and hot-headed. So I gave them both the hates children trait just to kind of make it clear that they don't want kids and that they're going to live just their rich lives together. Because I just thought that was a fun thing, and their house definitely is not like set up like for kids, you know. I mean, there's like an open backed staircase, like glass walls, and like, you know, it's just very clear that they did not decorate their house with children in mind. So I just wanted to keep that trend. So I think in my mind they're not the couple that's like she married him because of his money. Like they're actually in love, but they're just kind of like, they're both just kind of assholes. And so they just found another asshole that they liked and could tolerate. And so then they're just life partners now. So that's kind of what I was going for with this. But again, very basic, very trope, like, you know, rich husband, blah, blah, blah. I get it. And I know that. And I kind of wanted to play into that, especially with this ginormous 3-story lot. So I don't know, just wanted to go back to something basic. I had obviously tried something a little different with the previous remodel that you guys saw at the beginning, and it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. Another thing I'm horrible at is remembering to put wedding rings on every outfit. I always forget, so it's usually like by the last two, I forget to put the wedding ring on. So whatever. But anyways, like I said, they're in the gallery and they already have like their, he already has his career and like they have some skills and stuff. So that's kind of nice. You can just get started right away with them if you'd like. And check out my links below and check out my other episodes in this series. I hope you enjoyed this and subscribe to my channel and check me out on TikTok at Hannah Gameplay.